Last stream Friday, I played Minecraft. It was my first time playing Minecraft in, I want to say, years. I'm not a Minecraft guy. It was rough, but we were able to survive. We haven't quit, I guess I should say.
Yeah.
Instead of rage quitting, we actually have a pretty cool base established. I'd be down to play more Minecraft. I had a lot of fun last stream. Prodigy in the making.
I think so.
Someone in my chat did say next dream question mark. And I don't want to be so forward, but
They
I
did
mean,
put Keck W afterwards, though.
okay, you didn't have to mention that part of it. So, moving on. Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome in to episode 22 of the Mustache Ride podcast. Of course, I'm one of your co-hosts, Sureman Cool. Right next to me is my amazing co-host, the Dirty Tooth. How are you doing, Tooth?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. It's Saturday night.
Saturday.
Despite working in the rain outside all day today, I'm here. I'm energized.
You brought it
I'm
up
super.
this time.
I know. I brought up work. I know. I couldn't help myself.
Oh,
But
sucks.
It was a traumatic experience going through work today, working in the rain. I work outside, and so I'm just working outside, getting drenched on all day. But you know what? I get to come home to a warm house and a roof over my head, and I'm very thankful. But it's not Thanksgiving time anymore, Tooth.
No, you still have to be thankful for things, I think.
No.
No?
Nope.
The hell
It's not November.
Doesn't
so
matter. Yeah. I'm not.
We
Yeah,
got
I'm not,
Christmas on the horizon, and I just want gifts. What are you giving me, Tooth?
Give me stuff.
What are you gonna give me?
I'm thinking of doing this really cool wood carved mustache and sending it to you. Like, I'm gonna carve it out of wood.
You're going to whittle it yourself?
I'm gonna whittle it. Yeah, I'm gonna go chop down a tree, probably a Christmas tree, because it makes sense for a Christmas gift to be
Sure.
that. And I'm gonna chop it down.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna use chisel tools and a little tink tink tink, hammer.
Yeah, like a
Yeah.
yeah,
Tink tink
chisel.
tink. And I'm gonna chisel out a mustache and send it to you.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I'll friggin' put that on my mantle. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Sorry
Shoot,
that it's not a surprise, but
no, I'm gonna get you something real good. I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say, but I'll get you something better than that. Now,
Yeah.
that's for sure.
it was gonna be a Chipotle gift card, and now it's a
Yeah.
now you gotta think about something.
I was just gonna send you cash. Like, no.
Oh, cash.
But hey,
dog.
Tooth, I'm so glad that you're here, and I'm so glad that we're here, and that
Yeah.
our amazing viewers are here. We record this show live twice a month at twitch.tv/Mustache Ride Pod. We'd love it if you guys joined us, like so many people do throughout the night during recording, and like so many people do after the fact on YouTube. And it's actually youtube.com/Mustache Ride Pod now. We got our custom handle all intact, right?
I think you have to put the at.
Oh, yeah, at in a URL. That's so weird.
Or what's it called? Ampersand? Is that the symbol? Or is it an
No,
at symbol?
that's the squiggly. That's the little wave.
Oh, okay.
I think.
I
No,
don't
that's
know.
an Enye, right? Isn't that over the N? Or is that only when it's on an N?
I don't know. It's
I don't know either.
it's the at symbol.
The at symbol. Anyway, this episode will be uploaded on YouTube sometime next week. It's always the week after sometime, whenever I am able to get to the editing. But enough rambling. We have so much to talk about tonight. I'm really excited to get into the episode because we each have something special to share, something that we've been working on since 2 weeks ago, our last episode.
Yes.
And it's our darts little essays or scripts. So we're going to have a little show and tell segment later. But before we get into what we've been playing, the fun topics we have set up for tonight, we got to get into our first segment of the night. The very special, do they rock it or do we knock it?
And
Tooth, what is this segment all about? I gots to know.
I think we have some good ones set up tonight. So this segment, of course, is where we ask you, do they rock it or do they knock it? And we put mustaches on video game characters that do not have them, or if they do have them, then we have to take them off of them. But tonight's not going to be like that. Tonight we have some with new mustaches, And we need you to type in here if they rock it or if they knock it. And we're going to start with number 1.
Chat, you're involved, so and I'm glad we have some people here now. Thanks for the raid, Shark.
Yeah.
If you guys like the mustaches that you see on these characters, type in the chat, rocks it. If you don't like it, be honest, it's okay. Right, knock it.
Yeah.
And you know, it's up to you guys. You decide, and then we'll go ahead and break the news to that character. Unfortunately, want to get into number 1, Tooth?
We're ready. Number 1.
Do it.
Is Cortana from
Oh yeah.
Halo.
Hey, that's not bad.
It's not bad. It's kind of glitchy, you know. It's like so.
It looks like a mustache straight out of the Matrix.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, in my opinion, I think she could rock this. It just seems like it's not up to her almost. It's like it was programmed in, you know?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like somebody hacked the system and put it on her. I'm going to go knock it just because I think I love Cortana.
Whoa.
Like, I think I'm in love with her.
Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen.
And I think if she wanted a mustache, then I would be okay with it. But she doesn't want it. I know it because somebody hacked this onto her, and I know it because I did that to her. So.
True. I mean, spoiler alert, you know, we see a little bit of the other side of Cortana, I'll just say. A little less pleasant version of her.
Yeah.
And I think that if she deemed it necessary, throughout that arc of Cortana, we would have seen the mustache arc, you know. I think it would have given her a little more of a sinister edge when honestly she could have used it. So I'm gonna say knock it, but with the caveat that I think there are certain points in her character arc that it would have been appropriate and she would have rocked it.
I'm thinking like an evil mustache would have been better though.
I mean, this kind of mustache could be perceived as evil, you know? It's curlable.
So. It's her eyes. That's what makes it not evil right now. But I think we're pretty unanimous tonight that we're gonna have to knock it right off Cortana.
Yeah, it looks like Chad agrees.
Yeah, so I think we're good. So Cortana, sorry, no mustache for you. So number 2. Cuphead. And I gotta say, Cuphead kills having a mustache. Kills it. It's so good.
He looks like he met Cup Lady, and they had little sippy cup babies, and now he's Daddy Cuphead.
Daddy Cuphead.
And that's his dad's stash. Yeah.
Yeah. I think
I gotta say, this is the perfect mustache for Cuphead. I couldn't think of a better mustache.
It's perfect. It's perfect.
Yeah. Wow. I think you and I are unanimous, but I'm not seeing the same love in chat.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're gonna have to shave this off Cuphead, and whether his wife and little kiddos like it or not, it's gone. They might
not recognize him.
Daddy Cuphead is, you know, he's a goner. No mustache for you, unless YouTube redeems us.
Yeah, YouTube commenters could outweigh the live chat.
They could.
And could bring it back.
Yeah, so fingers crossed.
Best of luck, Cuphead. We'll see you in another life.
Number 3, Fuecoco. The lovable little bell pepper lizard Pokemon from Scarlet and Violet.
You know, I always thought Fuecoco could use a little more flair. You know, in this initial evolution, I feel like Quaxley has the pompadour. Sprigatito it's got the giant eyes, super cute. Yeah. Fuecoco, he's just a little red crocodile. You know what I mean? Like, he's got a little sprout. No, it's not like Cyndaquil's higher tail. He's got, which is appropriate. Maybe a fire mustache. instead of hair,
It could be.
perhaps.
I think this takes the derpy out of Fuecoco.
Yes.
That's what it does.
Expound. How so? I want
Yeah.
to hear your explanation because I don't want to assume.
So Fuecoco is just a derpy looking Pokemon. There has to be like derpy starters, right? Like there's one in every bunch. You have like the really cute one that nobody picks because it's grass type, and then you have the water one, which is always kind of mid, but like it's way better looking. And then the fire type is almost like, in my opinion, always derpy.
It's usually the fire type that's like the strong jock type almost.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's kind of like, and so I feel like Fuecoco needed something to like beef him up. Like this is a strong fire type Pokemon that's going to turn into just an insane fire type.
Gentleman.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah,
and he
I
didn't
I could
he
see
didn't have it.
this version of Fuecoco could totally evolve into a suit wearing crocodile that demands respect, or he'll fire you.
Yes,
Literally, he'll flamethrower you or incinerate you or whatever. You know what I mean? That's, hey, maybe they missed an opportunity there.
they
I don't know.
did. But we're kind of divided in chat, so
Yeah.
we might actually leave this one up to YouTube altogether. Like we might not ever know if Fuecoco rocks it or knocks it.
Okay. Well, we'll have to keep an eye out. I want to give my 2 cents and say Rocket myself personally.
I'm also gonna say Rocket because
Okay.
I think Fuecoco needs something, or I think he should be deleted from the game.
Well,
That's
you
it.
know, I'm gonna Tooth. I love you, bro. You gotta play the game before you start throwing
What?
out accusations, like not accusations, but these crazy claims like that. Like he should be
We all
deleted.
know that I only base Pokemon purely off the look of them, and that I care nothing about their abilities or their evolutions.
That's
And I
true.
will put Fuecoco in C tier all day long.
Yeah,
So.
if your tier list has anything to look at,
Yeah.
that's that says it all right there. Hey, you know what? And I respect it.
Yeah.
You're just who you are, Tooth.
It's
Who's
just
gonna tell you to not be you?
Yeah. Nobody
You know?
will. Nobody can. I'm just gonna.
I know
be
you're gonna
me.
play it though. You're
I
gonna
will-
really enjoy.
I will play
this
it.
game when you get
I'm
to
excited. But if
it.
you,
I have Arceus in the mind. Pokemon Scarlet Violet. That's
Scarlet
it. Sorry.
Violet.
Yeah.
I don't know which one I'll get, but eventually. But I know I'm not going to pick Fuecoco. I know that. If you hate what I just showed you, and you might, and you're like, wow, you just picked the worst characters ever to put mustaches on. Fair. But send them
But also,
in.
you're wrong.
You're wrong. Yeah, you're wrong. But send them in to mustacheridepod@gmail.com. Send us your submissions. You can either send us who you want it to be, and I'll get to pick the mustache, or you can open up Microsoft Paint and you can put a mustache on a character yourself, and we'll show it live on this episode, and everybody will vote on it. So do that. Send those to us. We want them. We need them.
Heck yeah. Yeah, we need them. We want some participation from you guys because it'll help us make better content. But we're glad to have you here right now. How we
Yeah.
have you, in chat or on YouTube. Thank you for being here. We hope you enjoyed that segment, but it's time to move on
It is.
to what we've been doing, playing, what's going on of significance between last episode and now?
Yeah.
Within the last 2 weeks. Tooth, tell me all about it.
So, speaking of Fuecoco, and it doesn't matter because he's not in this game, but I got back into Pokemon Legends Arceus, and so I'm trying to go back through and play it. I'm actually recording my whole playthrough because I want to do a video on it, because this is the first modern Pokemon game that I've played. I haven't played any of them since the Game Boy Color. And so I'm totally new to this whole modern Pokemon situation. So I'm recording the whole thing, so it makes my playthrough a little bit slower. But I'm getting back into it, catching Pokemon, fighting the giant red-eyed, glowy-eyed monster ones that chase you down and murder you.
The Titans or
And
whatever.
and I lose my satchel all the time,
Oh,
and nobody ever brings it back to me.
I've never been so scared in a Pokemon game.
They're
Then
so
when that
scary.
oversized Pokemon with the red eyes is
Yeah,
stomping over to me, I want to run.
I
Like they
do
nailed that.
run. I get on the I get on the back of that deer and I'm outie. I just get out of there. But I just fought and like got the ability to ride on the bear
Ursaluna.
Ursa Luna. Yeah, so I just got that section down. So I'm excited to keep going with that.
Nice.
As far as stream games, I was just talking last episode that I started BioShock.
Yeah.
I beat BioShock, the first one. It was really good. I think that game was so crazy the way it just like keeps you on your toes of who to trust in the game.
Sure.
You're just like this person sucks. I hate this person. And then you get to a part and you're like, "Oh my god, they betrayed me the whole time." And then you get to the end and you're like, "What is happening in this whole game? I don't understand." But it was really good. I thought it was a really smooth game. I played the remastered version, so I'm not sure how it compares to the original like gameplay. But everything was really smooth, so I'm excited to play through that. And that was a suggested game from the community.
Nice. But you see why it's like a cult classic though,
Yeah,
right? Because
yeah.
it seemed, I don't know about when it came out because I didn't play it when it came out, but it seemed like it was a little bit ahead of its time, like
Yeah.
with just the detail. BioShock is that whole universe is something else. It's really cool.
It's so wild. It's such a wild game, and the art style is really cool. This like steampunkish, like just vibe is.
Yeah,
I
they
really dig
nail
it.
they
Kill
nail
it.
a vibe. There's
Yeah.
a specific vibe in BioShock. Yeah.
And I think that's why it's such a classic game. Like everybody labels it in S tier as a video game, and I agree. Like it was really good, even coming to it as an older game. I think the story still hits. Like everything is really good.
Nice.
So I'm excited I got that over with to move on to my next game, which is The Evil Within.
Oh, that's
That
right.
that game is fucked. That game is so bad.
Yeah.
It's so scary. Everything is so scary in that game. Like there's these spider ladies that pop out of a pool of blood and like then they like shadow step over to you and just smash your head in until it's a pool of blood. Like that game is so metal. It's
Yeah.
like you're every 5 minutes you're just plummeted into a giant pool of blood where you're waiting and like holding up your stuff, and then you jump out of the pool of blood and some crazy monster thing is chasing you back into it. There's a guy with a chainsaw trying to saw you in half all the time. That's how the game starts. You're like running away from a guy chainsawing you. It's such a crazy game. I'm about halfway through it, so I'll probably finish it next week. But dude, that game is so effed. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
it's
I'm
such
glad
a
you're
dark
playing it though.
game.
I'm glad I was able to just replay it not too long ago so that I
Yeah.
can like be more or less fresh on it while you're playing through it. Um, all I remember thinking while I was playing that game was poor Sebastian, the main character, Sebastian Castellanos.
Yeah.
Poor Sebastian, this poor guy. He's being put through hell.
The whole time I'm just like, dude, I wouldn't do this.
Yeah.
There's no like every time I play a horror game, I'm just like, nope, not at all. I don't think I have the will to make it through a situation like that.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
maybe I would. Like, I don't know. I've never been there. But that game is so crazy. I honestly can't wait to get through it because it's kind of like terrifying and like I don't know what's going to happen at all. Like I feel like I don't know the story, or like I can't even make an assumption on what is happening. So I'm excited to get through that. Then Overwatch 2 still slaps. Still a
You still
solid
playing
game.
ranked?
I am still playing ranked, and I have not been able to get out of silver, but I'm really, really close into gold. The problem is that it's getting to the end of the season. Actually, I think it might be the end of the season
Oh wow.
now, of competitive season.
Dang.
And so the problem that I'm seeing is it's consistent with Overwatch 1, and it seems to be around in Overwatch 2, is that now there is enough time to where the people that are smurfing have like played through their 50 games of ranked, or 50 games, and they're able to get into
Right.
ranked. And so it happened in Overwatch 1 where there were just like people quitting out at the end, deranking their accounts. Like, it's starting to happen again, and it always happens within that last week of ranked. And so I haven't, the last time I played, it was just like I had like 4 games back to back where half the team quit, like just straight up quit. And
Wow.
I was like, okay, I'm not gonna play until the next season because
Yeah.
I'm so close to getting out of silver, and I can feel it.
Yeah, so hopefully with the start of next season, you can get some good games in to rank in,
I think
hopefully
so.
at silver, and then
Yes.
work from there. But I don't know, man. I'm not confident with a new season that will be ranked appropriately.
Yeah,
Um,
it's kind of scary.
but
Like, I feel like I
I don't
wonder
know.
if their rank system has been fixed or whatever. I don't know. But hopefully me and
I
you
hope
can get
so.
together, squad up, and pull
Yeah.
ourselves up out of the depths of the poor ranks of Overwatch. I
I
hope.
think it'd be fun even if we were, because Tooth and I, just so you guys know, the viewers at home, we're always brainstorming. I'm always thinking, he's always thinking, and we have a private Discord where we plop in ideas for future content. And so we have a lot of ideas for content, recording off stream and stuff. And so we'll just add it to it. But this is another idea I was thinking.
Ooh.
Um, you know what? I'll save it for later. I'll save it for later.
Well,
I
it's a
don't want to say it. I changed my
surprise.
mind. Yeah, I changed my mind.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
Just change your mind.
Sorry to bring it
Whatever.
up. Sorry to
Yeah.
bring it up
No,
and then not
whatever.
say it.
You tell
I'll put it
everybody
in the
about
Discord.
the good idea, and then you just leave them hanging. But I guess you'll have to come to the next episode to figure it out if it's in that episode or the
You know
next.
what? I'll
You
commit
might.
right now to saying it next episode.
Okay.
Okay.
Write
I'll
it
say
down.
it next episode because I think it's not something that we will have done by next episode, but that would be fun to do sometime soon.
You'll get a teaser next episode of what we might do sometime eventually in a piece of content from Mustache Ride.
I wrote it down, so it's set on paper with pencil. I mean, so pretty permanent.
Nice. And so while you wrote that down, did you write down anything that you've been doing for the last 2 weeks?
I wrote down a handful of bullet points. Would you like to hear them?
No.
All right, moving on. So we have a no. I'm gonna. You know what? Regardless, I'm gonna say it because
Yeah,
this
I
is
feel like
half my stage.
I feel like you should.
And I'm gonna do it. Nothing you can do. So yeah, I've been playing Pokemon, man. I've been playing Pokemon Scarlet. I've been really enjoying the game. It's been super fun.
Yeah.
Performance issues aside, of which I haven't run into a ton. There's some like weird camera stuff that is like kind of inevitable with some situations, but also not inevitable. Like they could have done it better, but
Yeah.
some camera stuff, some frame rate issues, but performance stuff aside, nothing's game breaking. And so I'm left with a few little things, but overall, I'm super impressed and really enjoying Pokemon still. And last stream, actually on Wednesday, I had a really good run of luck where I caught 2 shinies within a span of like 25 minutes.
Yeah.
And that was awesome. It was so hype because I've spent some time hunting for shinies with no luck. I've spent time while I'm running just stopping, looking at a group of Pokemon, moving on. And
Yeah.
like always on the lookout. And so running into these 2 back to back was such a treat. And so yeah, I crested over a hill and caught a shiny Sneasel, which I ended up evolving to a shiny Weevil. Beautiful shiny Pokemon. Really cool.
Solid.
Glad I have it. I'll never use it, but I'm glad I have it. It's
Yeah.
pretty.
You'll keep it on the
And
shelf like all the other shiny
yeah,
Pokemon.
I have a box specifically for my shinies. at least while that lasts. As I keep catching Pokemon, I'm going to fill it up. But right now, they're all in one box. I have 4 total. But and then last stream, I also caught a shiny Magikarp, which was
Ooh.
that's like my dream shiny.
Yeah.
As long as unless it's Gen 2, which is just given to you in gold or silver. But otherwise, a shiny Magikarp or a shiny Gyarados, that's my dream. And I found a shiny Magikarp. I didn't know what to expect. I was expecting a more red Magikarp because it's
Yeah.
red Gyarados.
Yeah.
So when I saw a gold Magikarp, I was kind of confused. I didn't know what I was looking at. And then when I threw the Pokeball and I saw the sparkles, I was like, it's really happening. It was so
Yeah.
hype, man. I'm so happy. So yeah, I have a shiny Gyarados. He's going straight to endgame with me. He's not leaving the party.
I was happy to be there for the shiny Magikarp because the shock on your face when you saw the Magikarp, you were just like, "What
Yeah.
is that?
Yeah.
What is that thing?"
I honestly didn't know. I knew it was a Magikarp. I knew
Yeah.
something was up, dude. Yeah, it was really fun. That's
hype.
one thing, just one thing of many that I really, really love about Pokemon. And at this point, I'm almost done with the main game. And of all the Pokemon games, I really haven't explored much of the post game. And so I'm thinking of trying to catch more of the Pokedex, try to complete it more, do more of the post game stuff because there is a post game for this Pokemon Scarlet Violet. I won't go into any sort of detail because it's stuff I shouldn't even know that was spoiled for me. And so, but just know that there is more to do once you complete the main stuff. So there is some longevity to it. And this is one game that I think I'll stick with for a little bit, off and on.
Yeah. It seems like it
so-
has some good stuff in it.
Yeah, a lot of cute Pokemon, it's just fun to catch them. It's fun to, traverse the world. I think they did a pretty decent job with this game. So
This is my shiny Gyarados
ooh,
because I have it in Pokemon Go.
nice. Are the shiny odds in Pokemon Go any different? Are they pretty similar to regular games? I think it's like 1 in 8,000 or something.
I don't really know
Or
the
4,000 or
I don't
something.
really know the shiny odds in Pokemon Go, but I know that it's like feels so random and you can't know until you go into battle with that Pokemon. And so if you want to hunt shinies, you're like literally clicking on every Pokemon in Pokemon Go, and then it'll be a shiny and you're like, "Oh god, I wasn't prepared for this situation."
That's cool.
And then you have to catch it.
Huh. Yeah, I remember I got into Pokemon Go when it first came out, and it was cool. Like, I was part of
It
the
was
whole
cool.
zeitgeist. It was a whole thing back then.
Yeah. It was
It's
cool.
it's lost a lot of momentum now, but it's I'd still, just like Minecraft, I'd still be down to get into it today if I had a good enough reason. And actually, for Minecraft, recently I have had a good enough reason. That's the next one on my list.
Nice. Good
This
transition.
past stream, thank you very much. This past stream Friday, I played Minecraft with Fatal Tone. It was my first time playing Minecraft in, like, really playing Minecraft in, I want to say, years. I'm not a Minecraft guy. I played when it first came out, and then I just saw from afar all these updates they were making, all these changes they were making, and it's only recently that I've had any sort of interest or reason to go back, and I did this past Friday. It was really hard. Me and Fatal Tone just loaded into a world together in survival and just tried to do our best with chat's help. And luckily, with chat's help, and Fatal Tone has a little bit of knowledge from back in the day, we were able to. It was rough, but we were able to survive. Barely.
You died.
I mean, not completely, but we didn't both totally die. Okay. I mean, at different times. Anyway, we haven't quit, I guess I should say.
Yeah.
We're still alive. We didn't quit after losing all our stuff. I'm just proud of myself that instead of rage quitting, we actually have a pretty cool base established. We've set up a couple different mining outposts, and then right before we ended stream, we made a trek out to a weird looking cave that we saw. And I don't know, I just feel like I feel like I'm late to the boat. The boat already left the station, the Minecraft boat.
Yeah.
But I'm here now, and I'm having just as much fun personally.
But it's only
and so I think there's a lot of
the boat's only 10,000 blocks away. Like you could make it. You could make it.
True, and I'm on my way. I'm paddling. But yeah, it's really fun just hopping in, not knowing what you're doing, and just accepting that and being okay with it, and just going with it and accepting chat's help, trying to accept any help I can get, and not looking anything up specifically.
Yeah.
Like I want to struggle until I find or read an answer in my chat, and that's kind of the vibe, and that was fun. And so I'd be down to play more Minecraft. I had a lot of fun last stream. Time melted away.
Yeah, it always does when you're playing Minecraft. You could all of a sudden look down and you're like, "Oh my god, I've been playing for 3 hours." And then you like look at your inventory and you're like, "I have 3 pieces of coal. Like what have I been even doing?" And it
Yeah,
feels like
yeah.
you've just been running around in circles the whole time.
Or doing aimless tasks,
But you
like
left out with
aimless
a
stuff.
you left out with
Organizing
a lot of iron.
different blocks. Yeah,
Yeah,
I actually
you
got like 60 something iron from that
yeah.
outing to get some. Yeah, that was
That was
good.
huge.
Hey, you know, hey,
Minecraft Pro.
not bad. Prodigy in the making.
I think so.
Someone in my chat did say next dream question mark. And I don't want to be so forward, but
They
I
did
mean,
put Keck W afterwards though.
okay, you didn't have to mention that part of it. So, moving on. I've also been playing some Overwatch 2. Still bang, still awesome.
Yep.
Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2, still dope.
Oh,
I've slowed down on a couple of these because newer games have come out. Also, God of War, another one I've really slowed down on.
not because it's
Not
bad.
not because it's bad, just
Yeah.
because it's a whole different setting when I'm playing it, and I'm working on so much stuff for, my Twitch, my like YouTube, trying to wrap my head around what I want to do next and stuff for content, playing games in here that I don't want to sit out there for, to sit and play my PlayStation.
Yeah.
And it's a choice at this point. It's not like it's not like I don't have time. It's a choice. And
It's a long
I'll get
game
back to
too.
it though.
It's a really long
It's a pretty
game.
Yeah, it's a pretty in-depth, long game. You got to
Yeah.
really get into it. And so I'll get back to it soon. I wish I felt more rushed to get back to it so I could get into it again because I really love it. I want to, but
Yeah.
there's other stuff that are higher priority for me, I guess, right now.
There's
So,
just so many games.
yeah, like Warhammer 40K Darktide just came out yesterday, technically. I think it came out
Yeah.
yesterday or the day before, at 10 a.m. And so I bought it day one. I wasn't able to play day one, but I have since played the prologue and the first level, and I really like what I'm playing. So if you don't know, Warhammer 40K Darktide is similar to Vermintide 2. If you those are other Warhammer games, but if you don't know what those are, they're similar to Left 4 Dead. So it's basically just a really good Left 4 Dead like game, one of the best in my opinion. And then
Yeah.
Darktide seems to take it to another level, and I'm really really liking what I'm seeing in playing. The guns feel good, looks really good, and it seems the progression system for each character is pretty in depth as well, just like Vermintide, but like stepped up a notch. So
Yeah.
really cool. I'm excited to play Warhammer 40K Darktide even more. I'm hoping to try to get some more of my friends into it, but it's got a $40 price tag,
Yeah.
and it's hard to get people to spend money when none of us know if we'll ever have time to actually play together.
Yeah. I
So,
I
yeah.
would like to buy it, and to be honest, I bought Vermintide, and dude, that game is killer. And I don't really like Left 4 Dead, to be honest with
Yeah.
you, and I don't like Back 4 Blood either. And I'm kind of bummed that I bought Back 4 Blood, to be honest with you, because I just felt like it was so hyped for a little bit, and then it just like meh. It just like got meh. And so I was just never really into those games. But for some reason, Vermintide just feels different. Like the level progression feels better. I don't know.
Can I venture a guess as to why you might like it better?
Yeah.
Melee combat.
Yeah.
Fat Shark, the creator of Warhammer Darktide, Vermintide 1 and 2, they nail melee combat, and like
Yeah.
when your weapon makes contact with the enemy and how they react, it's just like you feel that contact, like you
Yeah.
feel it for every single hit. They nail that. That might be why you like it better, because it's like Vermintide especially is very melee focused, and
Yeah, I think
Darktide has a lot of that too.
that's got to be what it is. That it's just like not, it just like doesn't hit the same way as like Vermintide, and like I feel like all the Warhammer games just like hit better than Left 4 Dead or Back 4 Blood. And actually, I have to say Left 4 Dead is way better than Back 4 Blood.
Yeah.
Like way better. At least
Yeah.
Left 4 Dead 2 is way better.
I think Back 4 Blood as a game on its own is really good, but if you're comparing the two, yeah, there's just nothing beats that simple perfection
Yeah.
of Left 4 Dead. I'm a big Left 4 Dead fan, but even I haven't played it to the depths that it's capable of, because there's a lot of depth to a lot of different ways to play Left 4 Dead. But,
yeah, huge. A lot of strats.
but yeah, that's what I've been playing. Lot of games, a lot of new stuff. I pick up and drop games really easy, but I'm glad I've stuck with Pokemon so long. And I really want to play more God of War. That's like my main takeaway.
You play a lot of games.
I do. I'm an addict.
I kind of wish that I could play more games.
I'm not as addicted to games as my wonderful fiance Zubat5. I just got to call her out real quick.
Dude.
She finally got into Vampire Survivors.
Oh yeah.
It's like putting a gambling addict in front of a slot machine. That game, okay? She sinks into video games, and this is a particular one, Vampire Survivors. She is stuck, and not in like a bad way. It's not all for naught. Zubat5 is an expert at Vampire Survivors now. Like she goes on runs where she wins like different stages. I think she's done like five wins in a row. Is her like best.
That's
crazy.
It's somehow like
it's very impressive.
It doesn't surprise me at all. Like like watching her play some of the story games that she's played. Like I watched her play the original God of War, like the last one,
2016. Yeah,
2016, and the way that she's like, okay, I have to stop here, and she'll play for 15 minutes to get this one thing that's not even a part of the main game story to try to like 100% this game. I'm just like, you're like, I'm so impressed, but you're driving me bonkers. Like you are just like so invested in this game, and I just am so jealous.
Yeah, it's a quality I wish I had. That perseverance.
Like, you're just like, you're willing to like sit there and just like go and go and go until you get it. Oh man, I want that.
I just wanted to make sure to mention that. And I know my tone is like antagonistic because she's addicted, but the reality is like, it's not just blindly playing. She's getting better and like getting all the combos and synergies for all the stuff. Really cool. Vampire Survivors is dope. If you haven't heard of that game, look it up. It's available everywhere. Play it.
You know what would be cooler for Vampire Survivors, though? If you had a Steam Deck to play it on.
I wish I did.
I know where you
I did.
I know where you can get one.
You do?
For free.
For free? Wait, Steam Deck for free? Not the lower end one though, right?
No. No. I'm talking S tier Steam Deck for free. And not
this
just
isn't some like get rich quick scheme. You're not pulling my leg, yanking my chain.
No, I'm not. No. I think this is a totally legit thing that I think you should go for.
Well, then tell me about it. Let's get into it.
I will. So, you've heard of the Game Awards, right? Mm-hmm. You know, like they're gonna award God of War Ragnarok Game of the Year. You know, all of that stuff. Yeah, they're gonna do that, but they're also gonna give away a Stream Deck during the Game Awards. Steam Deck. Sorry, Stream Deck.
Just want to make sure it's clear.
It's clear. It's a Steam Deck. They're giving it away during the Game Awards. But you know what's crazier about it is they're not just giving one away. They're giving one
Right.
away every minute
Every minute.
during the live airing.
I feel like the Game
the Game
Awards is
Awards.
usually like a couple hours long, like a couple 2.5
Yeah.
hours long. That's crazy. Yeah. So Valve has agreed. They've I guess pledged to give out a Steam Deck every minute, a Steam Deck every
Steam Deck.
minute of
Such
the
a
Game
bad
Awards.
Such a bad name, to be honest with you.
Yes, agreed. But there's some conditions. So go to the link we posted in chat. It'll be in the description of the YouTube video, but I think it'll be too late by the time this video's out.
Sorry.
But just as a quick mention, this Thursday, December 8th, is the Game Awards. So according to Valve, if you watch the Game Awards through Steam and you register your Steam name, your Steam account with this giveaway, as long as you're watching it through their browser or through their link, you'll be entered to win. And every minute, apparently, they'll be drawing a name and giving away a top tier Steam Deck. That's dope. I heard about this and I was like, oh my God, we have an
Yeah.
episode this weekend. We got to tell people about it so they can register and at least have it up in a tab on the side. And if you win, you win. If you don't, that's okay. At least you tried. But
Yeah, you tried.
at least we told you about it. I'm going to be trying. If I win, next episode, I'm going to be going nuts.
Oh,
So-
dude, I'm gonna be going wild. And to be honest with you, when it like first dropped, I was like, "That's cool. That's cool." But now that I know people that have gotten one, and they talk about it, I'm just like, it's so much better than the advertising, than the marketing, than anything could have ever talked about. Like just to
Yeah.
hear people talk about like the games that they play and how accessible it's made their Steam library to them. Dude, I'm all in for it, and I wish I could just buy it right now and not try to win one. But
yeah.
dude, it's
Hey, free is the right price, dude.
free is the right price, and I'm gonna be there
but-
trying to win it too.
I think
What if
if
we
I
both
don't
win
win
one?
it, that'd be awesome. First of all,
So
that'd
next
be crazy luck.
episode, if we win them, we won't get them by next episode, but when we get them, we'll do a full Mustache Ride episode just with our cameras on of us playing our Steam Decks. I think.
Well, at least post about it and show off and rub it in everybody's face. That's all.
Yes.
But
that too.
either way, I was thinking if I don't win one, eventually I'll buy one, but it's more likely that I'll wait for the next version.
Yeah.
Because I feel like just looking at the Steam Deck, it's so clearly a first gen item,
Yeah.
you know? But that's that. Just be aware. Watch Game Awards through Steam, sign up, and maybe enter to win. Good luck. Let us know if you do. We would love to know. But I do want to get into this segment that we
Yeah.
have planned.
Yeah.
And though it looks a little like a Steam Deck, it's not. And it's like 30 or 40 years older, 30 something years older than that. And I've got an essay to read about it. And so last episode, Tooth and I did a script essay. Yeah, I mean, hey, just give me a good grade, please, or else my mom will ground me. But yeah, so last episode we did a new segment we called Darts, where we throw a dart at a dartboard digitally, and we pick topics for each other to do essays, video scripts on.
Yeah.
My topic was the rise and fall of the Game Gear. And Tooth, what was your topic?
My topic was the then and now of battle royales.
And that was 2 weeks ago.
It was.
So we've had all this time
So
to
much
refine
time.
and polish, scrub away, wax on, wax off this
Yeah.
this Word document, this Google Doc. And so I figured to break the ice, I can go ahead and go first if you'd like.
Yeah, I think so. Just
Okay.
Just
Or we
go
can
for
rock,
it.
paper, scissors it.
Oh, we could rock paper scissors. We've never done that before.
So whoever wins gets to choose.
Yeah. One
No,
round.
whoever wins goes first.
Okay.
All right.
So you're gonna try to lose, but you will. But you still
There's
don't
no
know.
way. There's no
There's
way,
no way
right?
to know. Okay.
All right.
How do we do this?
Uh,
One,
On
two,
go.
But like 1, 2, 3, go.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
you're gonna do paper.
Well, maybe.
True. Okay.
Or maybe I'm trying to make you think that I'm going to do paper.
Well, maybe. Can you see it? Okay. Okay.
Wait, what cancels out paper? Oh, scissors. That's right.
Scissors.
Okay.
All right. Ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh. Okay.
Okay.
It's one and done. No best of three.
No.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh.
You win.
Okay. Hey, that's not bad.
You were gonna go first anyway.
Yeah, I was, but
But now you win.
This way, I won the privilege.
Oh, now
of
I feel like
to go first.
Now I feel like a loser, and I have to go second.
All
right.
I'm just that good.
Just
You know what I mean?
do it. Just go.
All right. So, admittedly, I'm so nervous. I'm like unnecessarily nervous to share this with you guys, but this is my essay video script for the rise and fall of the Sega Game Gear. Just for some context, the way it's written, it's like I'm planning to make it into a little video. That's like the future of this segment. And so there will be visual components in the future, but here it is. What is it? No, it's not a Steam Deck. No, it's not the X6 handheld game player 4-inch LCD display double rocker 1500 classic game retro mini pocket game console MP3 video player that I found on AliExpress. No, it's the Sega Game Gear. The Game Gear was a later addition to the handheld console market, releasing in North America in 1991, but it was Sega's attempt to compete against mainly the Nintendo Game Boy, which released in 89, and the Atari Lynx from 1990. In 91, the consumers were primed for more good handheld experiences, and there were a lot of good selling points that the Game Gear had over the competition. With a backlit, full-color screen capable of over 4,000 colors, a strong processor for the time, an ergonomic hand feel like that of the Sega Genesis controllers, and a weight and price point specifically designed to land between the two competitors, early 90s handheld gamers were interested, to say the least. Upon release in Japan, the Game Gear sold a decent amount at over 40,000 units after the first 2 days, 90,000 after the first 30, and over 600,000 back-ordered. With the device finally in the hands of the consumer, it was quickly discovered that Sega's grown-up, mature, cool game console, according to their marketing at the time, was not exactly what they expected. The Game Gear released with only 6 games available, including Columns, a poor copy of the popular Game Boy pack-in game Tetris. On top of this, the console required so much power to run the backlit full-color screen that the 6 AA batteries needed only lasted around 3 to 5 hours of playtime compared to the Game Boy's 30. Over the coming years, the Game Boy would dominate the handheld market, leaving few third-party developers available to develop games for the Game Gear, causing the quality of its game library to suffer. So with its lackluster library, constant need for batteries, little overall support from Sega, the Game Gear still sold surprisingly well at almost 11 million by 1996. However, compared to Nintendo's Game Boy selling over 60 million units by that time, Sega deemed the Game Gear a failure. In 96, Nintendo released the Game Boy Pocket, a smaller Game Boy alternative that only required 2 AAA batteries, putting the final nail in the coffin for Sega's Game Gear.
Nice.
Finn.
6 AA batteries?
Yeah, dude. How crazy is that?
I just bought AA batteries today. And if you were to power that thing today, it would cost you $15 every 3 to 5 hours to run the Sega Game Gear.
Whoa. That's crazy.
$15. Holy crap.
And that's like, imagine it's the price point is like, okay, I can afford this for the time compared to the other stuff. And then you're like, oh yeah, I guess you buy it and then you play it and then you're like, oh, I need more batteries. I'm already out. I don't carry more than 6 batteries on standby.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was, I just like how their marketing was like, yeah, you think you want that kid's toy, that Game Boy for little children? Try our cool and mature console. It's got a landscape format. It's comfortable for your big adult hands because it's cool and grown up. and then people get it and it's like
Yeah.
overhyped and can't even handle the hardware. I just think that's funny. I did learn a lot, like how it came out with columns when it released,
Yeah.
which was like just a blatant ripoff of Tetris. When they're trying to compete with Nintendo, but they make a worse version of their like highly, high selling game. I just thought that was silly too. When you should compete like by doing something else better, not trying to do what they're doing better.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but yeah, and also if I had a picture of the Game Gear, I'd show it. But it does kind of look like, I don't know, like a Steam Deck if you're squinting, and if it or like a Game Boy Advance if you like pressed it down and smudged it out and made it a little bigger. But yeah,
In
and then I'll have to show you a picture of this X6 handheld game player 4-inch LCD display double rocker 1500 classic. That thing. I'll have to show you a picture later, but
I just
it
did the
looks silly.
math, and in 1991, it would cost you $80 a week if you were to play the Game Gear on average for the amount that either of us probably play games weekly
Wow,
in batteries.
that's like a lot. I can spend $1 for my first month of Game Pass,
Yeah,
and man, we are really blessed these days. Aren't
we are so blessed.
We don't have to use 6 AA batteries to run our handheld consoles.
Good Lord.
Well, I hope you guys, the viewers, enjoyed that. That's just it's pretty informative. There's not as many jokes or funny stuff in it that I would like.
Yeah.
That might change. I might change up the script for when I make it into a video. But that's where I'm at so far, and I'm excited to share that with you guys and show you next episode how it's transformed and have a visual component, and we'll be presenting those next week. But that's mine
I
too.
like it.
The then and now of battle royales.
Are you ready
Kinda
for
rhyme.
it?
It's like a half rhyme.
It
I
is like
that.
it is like a half rhyme. So, okay. So I went back to the beginning. That's the frame, and I went to today, for the end of it. So that's how I framed it. So here it goes. Me.
Beautiful.
Okay, cool. Okay. All right. Everyone remembers how the Battle Royale video game started, right? Right? Wrong. Wrong. Or maybe you didn't know, but I didn't know, and this is my video, so I'm going to do it anyway. So this is the then and now of Battle Royales, and first, I want to go back to 1999, when Ninja was, well, no one. He wasn't anyone in 1999. He was a kid, but what? That's not what we're talking about. In 1999, Koshun Takemi wrote the novel, a book, Battle Royale, which would go on to inspire Hunger Games in the United States in 2008. And now, Tooth, you said we were going to talk about video games. And I'm going to right now, starting with Arma 2. And for those of you that don't know what Arma 2 is, that's okay, because I didn't either. But that's where we're starting. Where a gamer by the name of Player Unknown, wink, 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 created a modded mode of DayZ, called DayZ, which would spark the beginning of Battle Royale. Thanks, dude, for starting this. The fuse on these games blowing up was starting to burn. Enter into the equation H1Z1, and guess who was in the picture? Player Unknown. Thanks, dude. By this time, the genre was starting to make waves across the streaming platforms. Lyric, Dr. Disrespect, Tfue, etc., etc. Everybody streaming H1Z1. After all, this Player Unknown and the gaming world would be satisfied. Right? They would be satisfied with the game, right? I mean, why would you want to invest so much time? Pause. I already messed up my script because I didn't.
Oh, you're good.
But we're good. After all this, Player Unknown in the gamer world would be satisfied. Why would you want to invest so much time into a game just to come in second place? That was it for the Battle Royale, right? Wrong. Enter Player Unknown's Battleground. PUBG. So this guy he was in all these games. It's so crazy. But it blew up the scene, becoming the most streamed game and taking the gaming world by storm. It was cleared PUBG had created the GOAT of battle royales, with every FPS player out there hunting for the winner chicken dinner. What could happen to stop it? And this is where I insert a slowly zoom in clip of a Fortnite dance, and then I go Fortnite Battle Royale. So since 2019, Fortnite has amassed over 4.2 million hours of watched streams. 4.2 million hours. It had taken the beloved format of PUBG and added a whole new layer of marketing. The skins, dude, the skins, the emotes, every micro purchase that you could make in this game was blowing up. The world of in-game cosmetics that had no bearing on the gameplay, unless you count getting massively bullied for being a default KW, had hit the demographic perfectly. Up until now, the look of Battle Royales had rarely changed. The realistic settings that we would consider a normal shooting game were still in existence, and it was the friendly nature of the cartoon world of Fortnite that made it so approachable as a game, not to mention the optimization, which is easy when you're literally the creator of the engine that the game runs on. Epic knows how to play the game. And by the second season of Fortnite, the world of Battle Royale had become baked into the world of gaming, enough to pump out 2 new ones. So Fortnite would be followed by Apex Legends and Call of Duty Warzone. Each of these games sport their own amazing things and continue to grow to this day. I think it's safe to say that we aren't losing any Battle Royales anytime soon. Or are we?
Hey. Nice. Yay.
I have a whole section in there where I just I think I missed a whole sentence typing it.
Oh.
That's what messed me up.
I see. It was in your brain and you thought
it was in my brain.
That's okay.
I
love the progress so far.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's a
I would say, I don't know about you, but I would say it was just crazy going in and researching some of this stuff. I'd never heard of the novel Battle Royale, which they made into a movie. And in the movie, I don't know if you've seen the movie, but the movie is so similar to Squid Game. It's just a bunch of high schoolers playing Squid Game.
I think I've seen the movie a long time ago, and it's a little more gory, bloody than, Hunger Games. You know what I mean?
It's like a unapologetic version of Hunger Games.
Yeah.
It's like Hunger Games.
It was Japanese, right? Its origins in Japan. Yeah.
So that was super crazy. And then thinking that it all started with a modded mode of an old game. And I also had no idea that PlayerUnknown tracked through all of these battle royales up until PUBG.
He was the linchpin, right? He's the main component to making it as big as it has become.
Dude was flown out to Seoul, Korea to create PUBG for the developer.
Wow.
And the thing is, it's really cool. They could have just ripped off his code, right? Because it was a modded game. They could have just ripped it off. But this dude had a hand in literally developing these games. So that's pretty cool.
I also think it's interesting to think about the culmination of where single player games are going and where competitive games are going.
Yeah.
And how Battle Royale is seemingly this perfect mixture of those two. So single player, open world, sprawling, adventurous games, competitive, shooty, low time to kill, sweat, loot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And all this combination, this Venn diagram, and you get Battle Royale so naturally right in the middle. It just makes sense in hindsight, but throughout that evolution, it really grew.
It's wild,
crazy amount.
And then when I added up the Fortnite hours watched to 4.2 million since 2019, that's so crazy. And that's not wild. That's not hours of gameplay. The hours of gameplay is astronomical. It's too big of a number for me to put in. But dude, that's the amount of time watched on YouTube and Twitch.
Wow. Yeah.
I wonder how much ad revenue that is. Huge.
Not to mention the tournament wins and stuff
Yeah.
for Fortnite mainly, but other battle royale games. Pretty
Crazy.
crazy.
It was
But
fun.
yeah,
It was fun looking all
that
that stuff up.
yeah, I had a good time too. I think it's just again a healthy experiment, something that a process we'll have to go through to make content
Yeah.
consistently. And so doing it now in a segmented way like this kind of gives us an idea of what it would be like in the future
Yeah.
to do this more regularly. So cool, nice to have the viewers along with us. And Tooth, I hadn't heard that, and then you hadn't heard mine either
Yeah.
until just now. So it was nice to hear that for the first time.
Yeah. And we can game off of each other and just make it that much better.
Yeah, and also next episode again we'll have a visual component to go along with each of our essays. So we'll have some sort of video, ideally TikTok short, YouTube short kind of thing,
Yeah.
but it might end up turning into just a small, shorter YouTube video. We'll just see how it turns. We're not going to put any constraints on it. We're just going to let our imaginations run wild, right, Tooth?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of content creation is like your imagination catches something and you're like, that's content, baby.
It could be. So yeah, get excited for that. We'll let you know.
I'm excited.
But we have a couple other things that we want to talk about tonight.
Yeah.
This is one that I added to the doc, the Callisto Protocol. So it came out yesterday, I think.
Yeah.
Something like that. This game in the marketing, it's marketed as a spiritual successor to Dead Space. The Dead Space series has people that worked on Dead Space involved in the creation of this game, the Callisto Protocol, and very highly like hyped up.
Yeah.
And then it came out. First review I saw was by YouTuber SkillUp, pretty highly regarded game reviewer, and he didn't like it. He did not recommend it. And I really like that guy's reviews, but I listened to it and it seemed like a one side of some sort of argument that needed to be made, right? And so
Yeah.
I listened to a few other reviews, I watched some gameplay, and I've determined that I think I still want to play it, but there are a lot more negatives to the experience than I was expecting. And that's a bummer.
It is.
But you played Dead Space recently, right, Tooth?
No,
Or no?
I haven't. I thought about
Maybe I'm
playing
thinking
Dead
of The
Space.
Evil Within because I played Dead Space 2 recently,
Yeah.
and
I know our friend
now you're playing
Zombie
Evil
played Dead Space.
maybe that's what
That
I'm
we had
thinking.
him
Okay,
on the
okay,
show.
that's right.
And I've watched you play Dead Space, and it's really cool. And we even covered Callisto Protocol in one of our episodes when we were talking about game releases later in the year.
Yeah,
And we talked about how cool it looks and how nice it would be to have an update to Dead Space.
right.
And so that is kind of a bummer to have like somebody, that gives a pretty good review typically of games come out and be like, kind of mid.
But they're real honest reviews.
Yeah.
SkillUp gives really honest reviews, and he goes really in depth, and he's honest when it's not a good experience for him, and that's what I like about his reviews. But it's a little disheartening. It gave me pause, right? Because
Yeah.
I was all in on buying this game. I almost pre-ordered it. I've slowed down on pre-ordering games overall a lot lately.
Smart.
And so I waited till it came out, saw reviews, and I'm glad I didn't, but I'm not completely turned off to it because like I said, I watched a few other reviews. And there are good things to look at about the Callisto Protocol. Apparently, it looks really fantastic. The facial animations are really next level, and the gameplay, if you allow yourself to get into it, can be really good. That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
And so I think eventually I'll still give it a try, but I'm not as gung ho as I used to be, as I was before it came out, about the Callisto Protocol. But I still want to play it.
And I really worry about a lot of games, and I continually have for a while, about when a game comes out and how good the marketing looks. And I'm specifically thinking about Hogwarts Legacy because it's the next game that I'm pretty super stoked about. But the marketing of games these days is like comes out and you're like, oh my God, like this game is going to go so hard. And then it comes out and you're like, what is happening here?
Yeah, wet
Or
fart.
like when Starfield like build up all that hype in like their intro video, and then some of
Mhm.
the gameplay came out, and I was like, it's fine. It seems
Yeah.
fine.
I mean, that's
Uh,
what marketing's supposed to do, right? It's
yeah,
supposed to hype things up.
but then the product is supposed to live up to the hype, you would
Yep.
think. And it's kind of a bummer. Like I feel like we're starting to get into this thing where like games are just becoming early release titles, full priced early release titles,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Oh, sorry. Sorry, it's bad."
Not done.
Yeah.
Wait for the patch. It'll
Sorry.
come out tomorrow. Yeah. But I do look at these trailers, these really well done, highly produced CG even
Yeah.
oftentimes trailers. Hogwarts Legacy, I think. What are you hiding? Starfield. I look at these trailers and it's not about what they're showing us. It's about what they're not showing us at this
Yeah.
stage in the marketing. And I'm like, Starfield, what
What
are
do,
you hiding?
what do you got back there?
What are you hiding?
Just
What
give
are you
us a little
not
peek.
saying? Yeah.
Give us a
And
little
so,
peek.
especially now with the Callisto Protocol coming out to middling reviews, I am a little bit, more hesitant to just jump right into a video game boat unless it's
Yeah.
Rocket League related,
Yeah.
It's
Rocket
only
League
guarantee
is
these days.
Rocket League's the only guarantee.
Yeah.
It's only guaranteed that you're gonna get a couple teammates to steal your boosty. That's the only guarantee.
That's inevitable. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
Well,
well. I mean, it's just one of those things. The game industry has always had like an ebb and flow, and
mm,
maybe we're in a not so hot route right now where people are just cash grabbing at these games, and maybe there'll be a revolt. Could be.
maybe. Hey,
Could be.
who knows? I'd like to see another revolution
Yeah.
of a renaissance,
It's
big
like the
spike up an industrial revolution of gaming again.
I think all of us gamers will just have to get together like that scene from Shrek, and we're like storming, like we have our pitchforks and we're just going to like throw Shrek out of the swamp, and we're just, we're showing up at game developer studios with our pitchforks like, make us a good game, damn it, make a good game.
Yeah, and Microsoft trying to buy all these developers and they're like, "This is my swamp."
Get
PlayStation's coming in with their pitchforks
yeah.
and Xbox is like, "This is my swamp."
Oh
And Nintendo's that one that just runs away.
yeah.
Isn't there one that like up front and then Ogre like and he runs away or something?
Yeah,
I
Nintendo
forget.
just runs away. I feel
Yeah.
like Nintendo's the gingerbread man in Shrek though.
Okay.
Like Nintendo's the one that's like, I know everything, but I'm not gonna tell you.
Yeah. Well, just not the gumdrop buttons.
Yeah.
Just not those.
Then they
But
spill all the secrets and Sony takes over.
yo, Nintendo's got a lot of secrets, I bet.
Oh yeah.
I wonder what they're not telling us. What are you hiding, Nintendo?
You scratch off the PlayStation logo on your PlayStation and it actually is a Nintendo logo.
Yeah. Hey, you never know.
What if
But what I do know,
what
unless
do
you
you
have something
know?
else to say.
I was just trying to. I'm thinking of conspiracy theory here. Of game, you talked about the Game Gear and how Sega was like, okay, that's a failure. Like we're gonna squash it.
Yeah.
What if Sony is Nintendo's failure? Like, what if forever Nintendo has owned Sony, and it's just this like huge elaborate plan to get out into this other market
Hmm.
while also staying in their lane, and it's starting
And
to
then
crumble around them, and they're just like trying to fight back so secretively, and that's why it's just not working that well.
and then one day they rearrange the symbols, the parts of the PlayStation logo, and it
Yeah,
spells out
it
Nintendo
spells out
perfectly.
Nintendo.
And they'll show us, hey, if these weren't publicly traded companies, I might give this theory some credence. But I think we would know. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
don't know.
I don't know. Hey, who knows?
Who knows?
Maybe the Freemasons or the Illuminati are the ones they know that stuff, but
They do.
the public, the media only shares so much.
Yeah.
Media, what are you hiding? You know.
What are you hiding?
But you know what people aren't hiding is AI AI created portraits of themselves. In fact, I'm seeing these things all over Twitter. Tooth. What are your thoughts on these portraits?
I swear to God that I scrolled through Twitter for a half an hour and didn't see anything except this the other
Yeah.
day. I was just like, what is happening? Why is this a thing? And I was like, where? And then like I all of a sudden it just turned to where are they getting this? And I'm like reading comments like, what app are you using? How do you do this? And how can I post my own?
Yeah.
And I was so disappointed in myself for the amount of time that I spent trying to figure out how to post a AI portrait of myself. Pure
But you didn't end up
disappointment.
doing it. You didn't end up posting one. Why not?
I bought that. The app is free. I got the app.
What's it called? Sorry,
It's
I
called Lensa.
Lensa, okay.
Lensa. It's called Lensa. At least that's the one that most people are using. It's free. I downloaded it. You choose 10 to 20 pictures. It's going to simulate an AI for you. And I would like to tell you that I just didn't like them and that I didn't post them because of that, but it's not true. I spent a lot of time picking 10 to 20 photos that were perfect, that showed the mustache, that showed my facial structure, that showed the right outfits, that everything was perfect. And I click on it, and then it comes to this thing that says you have to pay $3.99 to get these pictures, and I immediately close the app. I was like, I'm not paying $3.99 for this trend. I'm not.
What do I look like? Some sucker?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
Not
not
gonna
no
get me.
sucker. I'm not gonna pay
Yeah.
$3 for $4 for that app to show me a picture of myself.
Yeah.
No.
I don't get you to tell that story to shame you because I'm the same way. That's the only reason I haven't gone through that whole process is because I heard it's a paid app and you have to pay money.
Yeah.
And in my mind, why do I got to pay money? And there might be a perfectly good, reasonable answer to that question.
Yeah.
But this is my mind we're talking about. Why do I got to spend money? And to support that, there's other AI websites, AI powered art creation websites, software
Yes.
that do this just fine without having to pay.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I thought the same thing. Look at all these photos on my Twitter. I want one, but I don't want to pay.
Yeah.
I am a member of DALL-E, which is the AI art generator, and I think we came up with a pretty good idea
I think
of an
so.
alternative that we could turn to. You want to explain it to the people?
I do. So I think what we're gonna do is we're going to similar to darts, how we picked each other's topics. I think that we're gonna use Dolly. We're gonna go 5 chances, and we're gonna record them. We're gonna record it. We're gonna post it, and we'll get 5 chances to create the best looking version of each other. And then we'll see who wins. Like we'll put a vote on Twitter, like or a poll on Twitter or something like that. But we'll see who wins the challenge. But that's what we're gonna do as an alternative because I am most likely not gonna pay $3.99 to get my AI version of myself. Most likely.
Yeah, I might eventually, but we'll have to see how this challenge goes
Yeah.
because I think you're a pretty smart guy. You're pretty artistic, and I think if you put in the right combination of prompts, I think you could get a pretty darn good looking portrait of me from DALL-E.
I
And
think
I'm pretty
so.
confident I could do the same for you.
Yeah.
But if you screw it up, if it doesn't look good, I might just pay $3.
Yeah.
You know?
I most likely will not download and pay $3.99 to do it. Most
Okay.
likely.
We'll have to just show them off next episode when you go against that and buy it anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, it's likely. I just also and this is just a general question that I'm going to throw out there and it doesn't even have an answer. But why did it go so viral so quickly? And it can't just because they look so banging. Who posted it? Who did it? Who are you? Who started it? Like,
it's a good question.
Somebody went viral with it. That's like somebody had to have done it. And I just don't understand virality. I don't think, and maybe that's a topic for the next episode because I don't.
That's
think
a whole podcast in itself.
We can't get into
it. That's a whole YouTube channel. Yeah.
I just don't understand how virality really works and where it starts. And oh god, I was scrolling through this and so angry. I'm like, why does this happen like this?
I think it makes sense if you look at it. Zoom out a little bit, and what you're looking at is people sharing selfies, and that's nothing new. But this is it's not a selfish reason, like, look how pretty I am. This is look what the AI did to me. I look damn good. You know what I mean? And it's something to show off in regards to the AI, not as much as like I was at Disneyland. It was like, this is what the AI turned me into. And man, my jawline, like it got it down. What jawline, you might be asking? Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
But anyway, all I'm saying is things that are self-serving, like things that are flattering like that, it makes sense if that goes viral.
What if I pay $3.99 and it's not flattering? What if it like cuts my neck out? Like what if it makes my
takes your nose off your face?
Yeah, what if my cheeks are fatter and than they really are? Like what if the camera adds 20 pounds and not 10 pounds? And what if
a refund?
I have all these questions.
Well, only one way to find out. And hopefully we can answer those questions without having to pay money. And
True.
So hopefully, maybe, what do you think? Next episode, you want to take care of that? You want to, I think we could probably take turns, maybe give each other 3 to 5 chances to get a good result.
Yeah,
and
I
then
think so.
We'll share our favorites, or maybe we should do it before the next episode and then just share our favorites. Right?
Yeah, I think we show a little clip of what we're doing. I think so.
Okay. But the idea is that we're challenging each other to create portraits of each other using DALL-E AI. Yes. And however we want to share that with you next episode, we will. So get stoked for that. Lots to look forward for next episode. We got a lot of work to do too. We
do. I feel like we always have so much work to do.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, that's just, life is work.
That's the world of life, I guess.
Yeah. But this is work I don't mind doing. This is fun stuff. I'm excited.
This is the fun stuff.
Especially going through it with you and sharing this experience with the chat. I think that's really invaluable. It's really fun to be able to do that because a lot of posting content is very solo, at least as far as I've seen or experienced. It's like, I decide that this is done. I decide that I post it. I press the button. I type in the description title, and then it's posted, and then I get the results.
Yes.
And then I keep that to myself, or I share it with, my buddy Tooth. But like something like this, let's take people along for the ride and share what we get out of this. What if we get 6 views and it doesn't go anywhere?
Yeah.
That's like the rest of my content at this point in my career. I'm not embarrassed by that. I want to share the results in an honest and upfront way. And then, if things change in the future, we can bring that back up or whatever, or
but I feel like
net positive.
I feel like we're going to work on this and we're going to be able to work together to get better.
Yeah.
At content. And so I think it just makes sense to do these collaborations, and I feel like a lot of the best things come out of collaborating.
Yeah.
And this is something new for both of us.
And just doing it. I think that's a big hurdle for me is having a prompt to work off of, one, but then just doing it.
Yeah.
Just getting words on the doc and then going from there. But just starting is the hardest part.
Just doing the dang thing, just hitting the button to record. And now we force each other to do it.
Yep. And now we've reached the end of the podcast.
Oh man.
Yeah, I've had a good time talking with you tonight, Tooth.
Oh
But quite frankly,
man.
I'm sick of your face.
Same.
So we must end the podcast. But I'm so happy that you all came here to join us tonight. Thank you for watching the episode later on YouTube if you did. I've been your host, Sherman Cool. This has been The Dirty Tooth. 3 Ys. Don't you forget it. And Tooth, are we going to raid somebody tonight like we always do?
We are. I'm gonna find somebody right now while we chit chat, and you're still gonna have to look at my face. So.
Well, at least the YouTube viewers don't have to anymore because we're going to say goodbye to them now. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye, guys. See you later.